are in the sciences, mathematics, computer science, and so on, know that basically you and Descartes and Newton created the modern intellectual world as we use it, and maybe Leibniz thrown in. He claims that he invented the calculus before Newton did, but they invented the calculus around the same time. You tell me, what's the calculus? How many people in here know what the calculus is? Well, the calculus makes things go in the modern world. Without the calculus, you wouldn't even set off on an airplane trip. I mean, it's the most powerful tool that's ever been invented, and it was invented in the 17th century. It literally was invented by these three people. You know, when you're taking high school mathematics, you might recall you use Cartesian coordinates. That's Descartes. He's a French philosopher, and he was functioning around the same time as Newton and Leibniz. In any case, we in the university live in their universe. We don't live in some other universe. And what did Descartes say? I want to find a first principle. I want to find a first principle of truth. In order to do that, what did he say that he was going to do?
Get rid of anything that has any sense of doubt.
He was going to doubt everything that he could doubt. Everything that he could doubt. You got a nice ring there, man. You could do a concert series with that. He was going to do systematic doubt, it's called. So he ended up throwing everything out that he couldn't prove. This is what we're based on in the Western intellectual world. So when people come and visit here and they say, oh, why don't you respect our tradition? We do insofar as you're willing to follow the basic assumptions of the modern universe. We do, but where you don't, then we're going to question it. And we should insist that that's done. Because otherwise our civilization is going to crumble, the one that we know. And we're going to go back to the Middle Ages. So in any case, I don't think it's going to happen, but as I already told you, I think under nuclear threat, some terrible things may happen. I don't think that one is necessarily going to happen in the West. But the point is that this respecting of different traditions without any criticism can go too far. Now, the criticism shouldn't be harsh, and it shouldn't be centered in any one, and it shouldn't be prejudiced. It should just be universally applied like Descartes. So what did Descartes finally end up with? There was one thing he said he couldn't doubt. What was that?
Cogito.
Yeah, but what was it in English terms?
I think, therefore I am.
He said, I can't doubt that I am. I can't doubt that I am. Some people can say, yes, you can doubt that too. I can't doubt that I am. And I can't doubt that I'm thinking now about being. I can't doubt that I'm sitting here thinking. So he put it in a little sort of first statement, cogito ergo sum, or cogito ergo sum, I'm not sure, but you probably, the G is probably hard, I'm not sure. I think, therefore I am. That was very nice, very pleasing intellectual statement, because Aristotle, 2,000 years before, had already said that the deity was thought, contemplating thought. That what moved the universe was thought, contemplating thought. That was really a very beautiful intellectual statement. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But that's how Aristotle put the first principle of the universe. Thought, and no one's ever done it any better. So that's why he was justly famous throughout the ages, Aristotle. And that's why we speak of an Aristotelian universe, because he tried to observe and tried to get first principles, and he tried to do it in a rational way. So Descartes just pushed that along with that. I mean, it's not a final statement. He may be wrong there. You could say, I sneeze, therefore I am. You can say, I blow my nose, therefore I am. Why? Because the minute you use the word I in any statement, you are assuming the fact of your existence. So actually you've assumed your conclusion. In other words, you said, I think. Well, you've already implied that you exist. You say that, I got up this morning, therefore I am. Yeah, you've already implied that you. So Descartes only put it in the most elegant way possible. Anyways, that's the only thing he said he couldn't doubt, finally. There's lots of other things he probably couldn't doubt either, but he felt that was the best first principle. Whether he got anywhere with that system of his, I'm not in a position to say, but the idea of systematic doubt is something that we founded our world intellectual outlook on. So you'll forgive me if I don't accept a religious document at its face value totally, whether it's Quran, Talmud, Bible, or what have you, because first we have to evaluate its credibility. In a university, that is. Not in a mosque, that's a different state. But in a university, you're going to the university, you're getting a degree from California that says that you're an intellectually rigorous person. You're not exempt from this. I don't care what religion you are. And I do that in my Islam classes too. And they understand that finally. They come to a Western university because they want a Western educational system and they want that to be a rigorous one. When I was in Iran, when I was your age, and I was going across the Persian desert, every time the bus went up a hill, everyone would start shouting, Allah, 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 inside the bus, hoping that it would get to the top of the hill and go down the other side. You know, that's lovely for human spirituality and comfort, but that's not what I want when the 767 takes off. You know, I don't want you to be shouting your God's name to make sure that that plane is going to take off and land. I want you to be shouting Descartes. I want everything in that airplane to have been tested to the nth degree. I don't want any metal fatigue. You know, I don't want any, you know, wires that heat up and then blow up above your head someplace. You know, I don't want any cracks in the outer skin of the airplane and so on and so forth. You know all the possible problems. I want even the ones that you can't foresee. So we don't want that to happen. I don't want your Mac computer battery to suddenly start burning up on your table when you're sleeping and set your bedroom on fire, you know. I hope you guys are getting your new batteries from the crooks. You have the right to send them back. In any case, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, so we do have a right to say things. So talking about Muhammad's work, he was a good poet. I give him that. He was, from an intellectual, academic standpoint, he was actually a spellbinding poet. Now the Muslims don't like that because they say, no, he wasn't a poet, he was a prophet. Fair enough, he was a prophet if you like, but he was, from Western appreciation, a good poet, a very good poet, intoxicating poet. Maybe, unfortunately for the modern world, too intoxicating for some people, because you see how some people respond to his work. They get so intoxicated that they